Not this week. Give it an Oklahoma head.
Oh, old school. Old school this week. Oh.
Come ready.
I'm telling you, man. Oh, God. That is really... I love it when it's in full. That's really...
Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the Whitetails Dynasty as we start out Season 8. 1-0, but it gets tougher as we go up against Oklahoma, who I think is a much better team than Clemson. Now, Oklahoma has a Heisman hopeful in their quarterback, John Patrick. He is a dual threat with 91 speed, and he also has the accuracy and throw power to go with that speed that he possesses. Now, they do have a good running attack and some pretty good receivers, and you know Oklahoma's offense is always good, and they always have good receivers. Doug Spencer is only a sophomore. He's going to be a force within the next few years. And then on defense, Oklahoma isn't really known for the defense, but everybody's good all around. I think this is going to be a tough game for our offense. So we are on the road at Gaylord, Oklahoma Stadium, and here we go on the road. And here's Jonte Batson, the redshirt sophomore, back to receive the opening kickoff, and he gets tackled at about the 21-yard line, and out comes our man, Jabari Hollywood, who started out his career 16 of 26 and a touchdown. His first throw is out to the right side on a design quarterback rollout. That is Ramel Williams, the tight end, the true sophomore, 3 yards. So 2nd and 7. This time we give it right back to him in the run game this time, and he picks up 6 yards. And now that brings up a 3rd and 2. Apollo St. Vincent in the game. He gets hit in the backfield, and he loses 3. And that's going to be a 3 and out here for the Whitetails. As out comes John Patrick at quarterback. First game, he went 22 of 29 and 4 touchdowns in a win over Nebraska, who was top 5 at that time. So now the first pass is out to the right side. That's Hawkins, his tight end, and he gets open for a gain of 7 yards. And now that brings it to a 2nd and 3. Here's the running back, Durbin. He's got high break tackling over 90 plus, and he picks up 3 yards on that one. And that brings it to a 3rd and 1. They're going to give it right back to him. He runs over David Wyatt and Tamari Jamison in the hole, and he picks up a gain of 4 yards. It's a first down. So now it's 2nd and 7. Here's another handoff. Durbin, he gets 3. And these chunk plays are what this offense is predicated off of. 3 yards on that one. 3rd and 4. He's trying to scramble up the middle, and he will get tangled up. That's Frankie Kai in the middle along with Aurelio Villain. And we get them to punt the ball away on their first drive as well. So still 0-0 in this game. Here's a throw out to the right side. Jabari Hollywood, and that's the weakness of his game. His accuracy is definitely in question. Here's another throw out to the right side, but they send a blitz off the edge, and it gets tipped by Oliver. And that brings up a 3rd and 10 now. 3 straight passing plays. This one's out to the left, and that's way overthrown. Looking for Hollywood, or actually highlights Jackson. And now we punt the ball away. Here comes Patrick back out onto the field, giving the ball to Durbin to start off the next drive, and that is a nice tackle in space. David Wyatt, and he picks up loss of 1 yard as they eventually get a couple on 2nd down, bringing it to a 3rd and 8. Here's a throw to the right side. Marquise Dorsey was playing on that side on that one, and that's 17 yards for Doug Spencer, their best receiver, and it's a first down. So 1st and 10. Here's John Patrick trying to scramble out, but he can't get away. That is Adam Williams who gets the sack on that one. And now that brings it to a 2nd and long. Durbin gets the carry up the middle. He runs over David Wyatt and falls forward for about a gain of 10 yards. That was actually Adam Williams he ran over. And now that brings up a 3rd and 3. Another handoff. Durbin using his power, and he fights for the marker, and he will get it. Gain of 4, tackled by Ali Myers, the junior. And now that brings up a 2nd and 8 now. Counter play out to left side, and there is this defense, and we are swarming to the ball, not allowing Durbin to break loose. So 3rd and 8 this time. Patrick trying to scramble. He gets stopped by Aurelio Villain and tackled in the backfield, and that is David Wyatt. He does get across the line of scrimmage, so he doesn't get credit for the sack, but they do settle for 3 on that drive. So here's Jonte Batson back to receive this kick. He has an open hole, and he will break free, and number 85 runs him down from behind. Jonte Batson has 95 speed. I'm shocked that he got caught. So here, back on the next drive, we have to run the ball here. Apollo St. Vincent, he's shown some power and some willingness to stay on his feet after contact. He picks up 9. 2nd and 1, handoff to the left side, another gain of 11, and that's Apollo St. Vincent. He looks good to start this year. So here's Hollywood, quarterback power to the right side, an open hole, and he's gonna break free. Look at him, he breaks the tackle and fights forward to about the 8-yard line on that one, gain of 24. As that one kicks off this second quarter. We're running the ball well on this drive. Apollo St. Vincent, the first carry. He fights in. That's a touchdown. 9 yards out for Apollo St. Vincent. I really like the way he runs the ball. And like I highlighted in the preseason, Julian Gonzalez runs a little heavier than Apollo St. Vincent. And Apollo St. Vincent seems like he just stays on his feet after contact. It's 7-3. So we have this lead on the road. Here's Durbin breaking a tackle and breaking free. He finally breaks one. And Coco Bamaye trips him up at about the 13-yard line. And it was bound to happen. Durbin is a big-time running back. He has a lot of power, and he breaks free on that one. He doesn't have the elite speed, though. So 1st and 10. Throw out to left side. That's caught by Durbin, and that's going to be incomplete. But on second look, let's take a look. It looks like the referees are going to go back to the booth and review this one, and they're going to rule it a catch. So now they got a 1st and goal here. Handoff. Durbin breaks a tackle from, that's Marquise Dorsey, and brought down by Ali Myers. And that brings it to a 2nd and goal. Another carry. Myers again. That's a loss of 1 yard in the backfield. And now 3rd and goal. Can the goal line stand be completed here? Patrick scrambles out to the right. It's Myers again. He gobbles him up. And that's only a gain of 2. And we get them to settle for the field goal. That's a nice goal line stand after a big-time run by Jimmy Durbin. So back on the next drive, we have to start to throw the ball. Here is Hollywood. Throws out to the right side. That's going to be Maurice Jackson. Gain of 8 yards on that one. And he gets his first catch of the game. So Apollo St. Vincent, who's been running the ball well in this one, he gets hit hard, and that's only a gain of 1 after losing a couple yards on 2nd down. And that eventually brings us to a 3rd and 11. Oklahoma sends the blitz. The pressure's right there. We throw, and that's overthrown. Ramel Williams was wide open. Jabari Hollywood just misses him, and we had to punt the ball away. And now out comes Patrick again. First throw across the middle, and his receiver isn't looking on that one, and it's tipped by Adam Williams. And that eventually brings us to a 3rd and 9. They attempt to run the screen pass out to the right side with 2 minutes left here. And Coco Bamaye gets the tackle. And there we go. Another stop and another punt. Both teams have punted at least twice in this game. So a minute and a half left here in the first half. Here's Apollo St. Vincent getting the carry. He gets stopped in the backfield. And you can see Oklahoma's defense looking good after that big drive we had running the ball on our second drive. Here's Hollywood this time. Good blocking. Throw to the right side. It's Marquise Moore, who was the star of the first game. He gets a gain of 21 for his first catch of this game. So under a minute left here in the first half. Hollywood takes it himself, and he will fall forward. Gain of 7 as now this clock winds down inside of 40 seconds left. We have all 3 timeouts left. You hurried up to the line. Here's Julian Gonzalez. He's in the game. He fights forward. Gain of 10 yards. And I kind of like to think of Julian Gonzalez as the power back in this one, even though he is the fastest guy. So here we run Marquise Moore in motion. Here is a carry up the middle, and it's Gonzalez again. You can see he has power. And here's Marquise Moore now inside the 5. This time we hand it off to him. It's a jet sweep. That's a touchdown. Marquise Moore gets in, and there we go. 14-6 as we go into halftime. That is a great play on that one. I love getting Marquise Moore the ball. He's been touching the ball a lot here in this first couple of games here, and it's 14-6 on the road. Can we come up with another upset? So here is the Heisman hopeful, John Patrick, back out onto the field. Can he bring his team back? Our pressure gets right there. He breaks the tackle, and he throws it out to left side. Jimmy Durbin gets hit hard by Adam Williams, but it's a first down. So now from the pistol formation, this time the handoff to Durbin. Another big hole, and he's going to break free. Durbin's got one man to beat. It's Bamaye again, and he breaks the tackle. It's a touchdown, 62 yards. Jimmy Durbin is a power back. He's tough to take down. That was excellent blocking on that one. And they are going to line up to go for two to tie this game up at 14 apiece. Scrambling out to the right side. It's the freshman Aurelio Villain who gets the sack on that one. He won't get credited for the sack since it's on a 2-point conversion, but he does get the stop nonetheless. So now with a 2-point lead, here's Apollo St. Vincent starting out the next drive with the carry up the middle, and that's a gain of 5 yards. So now 3rd and 5 this time. Hollywood, he has to flush out of the pocket, and he breaks a tackle and gets pushed out. Maybe should have stayed in the pocket. Gets a little bit of happy feet there since he knows he can run the ball. And now we punt the ball away for our 3rd punt of this game. So here is Patrick, this time backing onto the field. He's going to scramble out to the left side. He's got 90 speed, remember, but he's got to hold on to the ball. Adam Williams with the big hit. I hope he keeps running because maybe we can jar that ball loose. So here we send the blitz. Patrick gets rid of it. This time it's Spencer, and he picks up a gain of 18 yards and another first down here for this Oklahoma offense. So now they're in the field goal range. Handoff. Durbin stopped in the backfield. It is Tamari Jamison on that one. And there we go. 3rd and 8. We're going to try to send a little bit of a blitz here. Confuse the offensive line. Patrick scrambles out to the right side. David Wyatt is sleeping out at the wheel, and he gives up 14 yards. And that's a first down for Patrick. And that's his first big scramble of the game, surprisingly. And now they get into a 1st and goal. Trying to run the screen pass, and it's stopped. And that's Adam Williams, Tamari Jamison. Everybody was in on that one. And now we eventually get it to a 3rd and goal from the shotgun. Patrick trying to scramble out. This time we're containing it, and he slides at about the 2-yard line. Maybe those hits. He's thinking about that instead of fighting for the end zone. And there it is, a field goal, and they do take the lead here in the 3rd quarter. It's 15-14. So here's a handoff on the next drive, and that's Julian Gonzalez, and the defense is there right away, and that's only going to be a gain of 1 yard. So 2nd and 9. This time throw, and it's a big hit on Gonzalez again. This defense is swarming to the ball. And now 3rd and 7. Throw, and it's incomplete. Another errant throw by Jabari Hollywood. He is 6 for 15 in this game, and another punt for this offense. So Jabari Hollywood has to bounce back and make some accurate throws. Here is Jimmy Durbin back on an offense. He picks up a gain of 3. Hopefully we stop him from getting these big runs. 3rd and 7. Here's another throw out to the right side, and it is only complete for 3 yards. Okay, a nice stop by our defense. Bails our offense out, and now we're back out onto the field. Jabari Hollywood starts out the next drive. Handoff. Apollo St. Vincent. Nice cut up field. That's a gain of 16. We just have to ride the coattails of Apollo St. Vincent. That's a nice gain. So here he is once again, getting to the outside. He gets hit hard, but that's a gain of 8 to about the 35-yard line. And remember, we have the freshman kicker now. He has a leg, so I'm not worried about field goal range anymore like I used to in the past. We finally have a kicker. So now to start the 4th quarter, Cole Akalaka gets the first down. Handoff. Apollo St. Vincent stopped in the backfield. Loss of 2 yards. So now that brings it to a 3rd and 10. We have to throw the ball here. Jabari Hollywood, he's got to make the throw. Here he is. Throw to the right side. It's picked off by Stratton, and that was intended for Michael Bradbury. And Jabari Hollywood just does not lead him upfield enough. He just throws it to a normal spot. Take a look. Bradbury was wide open. Just lob it over the top of him. And instead, it's an interception, and Oklahoma takes back over. And here is John Patrick. He is a Heisman hopeful. Let's see if he will have maybe one of his Heisman moments. Handoff up the middle, and that is Jimmy Durbin. Gain of 5 yards. And now they get it to about the 45-yard line for a 3rd and 1. Patrick throws to left side. Roberson's got it, and he gets the first down. Gain of 4 yards. And we tried to send the blitz on that one, maybe get a sack and a crucial punt. But this drive continues. So 1st and 10, throw out to left side. It's Hall on the outside. He picks up a gain of 8 yards. And now that brings it to a 2nd and 2. Patrick running the option. He gets tackled in the backfield. It's the junior, Justin Royal, who started as a true freshman. And here he is once again in his 3rd year. Nice tackle. And it brings it to a 3rd and 5. Patrick throws to the left side. It's going to be thrown out of bounds. And there we go. 4th and 5. We get him to settle for a long field goal. Let's see if it's going to be good. The kick is up. And it is just short. And there we go. There is the stop we needed. And we will take back over on offense here in the 4th quarter. And looking around the Big Ten, Marquette up 28-10 on Ohio State. Remember, Ohio State has David Phillips at running back returning. He is a senior this year. And now here we are with 5 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. Run the option. And this time it's Michael Bradbury in the option game, breaking a couple of tackles and getting to about the 48-yard line. Gain of 12 for him. That's his first touch of the game on the ground. So now 2nd and 9. Throw across the middle. That was intended for Bradbury again. He was open on the slant. He had a couple of steps. He broke the press. And now here we go. Jabari Hollywood. 3rd and 9. Throws. He finally makes a throw. Marquise Moore, 15 yards. And it's a 1st down. Hollywood finally throws an accurate ball. So here's a handoff. This time Apollo St. Vincent breaks a tackle. Look at him spitting forward. And he gets about a gain of 8 yards. Apollo St. Vincent showing some versatility on the ground as we hand off to Julian Gonzalez on a 3rd and 2. And he will fight for the marker, gain of 3. And now this clock winds down to inside of 3 minutes left here in this game, close to 2 minutes. Here's Ramel Williams getting a carry, and that's going to be about a gain of 3 yards as this clock does continue to run here, as Oklahoma does eventually burn a timeout as we get it to a 3rd and 7. Wilson checks in. He gets sacked on the play, and I needed an accurate throw. I brought in the backup quarterback, and now Alex Kagan, the true freshman, comes in. Waste a little bit of clock, and we do kick the field goal, but 40 seconds left. Oklahoma has 2 timeouts. So here comes John Patrick. This could be his Heisman moment here in this season. Screen pass out to the right side to start the next drive, and that's going to be stopped by Frankie Kai. And now, look at this. They hurried up to the line, but they do not call a timeout. And look at this clock. It is still running. I'm not sure if John Patrick knows what's going on, but the clock is still running, and it gets to 2 seconds. He just throws, he snaps the ball, and now gets hit, and it's Anderson Reed with the tackle. And look at this. John Patrick, the Heisman hopeful winner, has a brain blunder at the end of this game. I don't know what happened on that one, but Patrick just lets this clock wind down. We somehow escaped that game with the victory. Oklahoma with horrible clock management. And wow, I think Jabari Hollywood got bailed out of that game for sure, because Oklahoma had 2 timeouts at the end of that game, down by 2. They needed a field goal, and they just watched that game just slip out of their hands. We definitely got lucky this game, and look at the game from our running attack. It definitely carried us to a victory. And defensively, we actually did pretty well. I mean, Tamari Jamison led our team in tackles. Our defensive front didn't get many sacks, but we still did a really, really good job up front. I'm proud of this team. We are 2-0 with a brand new offense, and we did struggle for points that game, but I could see it getting better. Jabari Hollywood was only his 2nd start. Just remember that. So in the Big Ten, it looks like Marquette did end up defeating Ohio State for the upset. They start out 2-0. And then let's look at the newcomer, Marshall, to the conference. They are 1-1 on the year, still ranked top 25. And once again, in the 3rd game of this season, we will face another top 25 school in Navy. Now, they do have another pocket quarterback here running the triple option, which is really interesting. Remember last year we actually gave up a ton of yards to him, and it's going to be interesting in this one as well. They did lose to Nebraska, who got blown out by Oklahoma already, so maybe it's just how it's supposed to be. Here in the 3rd game, we kind of play the trio of teams, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and now Navy. as they are 0-1. So hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I be trying to do me, but they be trying to copy though. Only problem with that is they not me though. People act cool, but really they be shiesty though. They say they got your back, but they ain't even behind me though. I be low key, but police be trying to find me.